I will tell you how to get free access to the gyms in Bali. Let's talk about food. This place is literally one of the highest protein places I could find. My number one favorite in Bali is I just spent 30 days in Bali, and as a person that likes to keep fit and healthy, I had to find some good, healthy, high protein foods and some places where I could train. So I spent quite some time looking for some places that fit the criteria, and in this video I'm going to save you the time, effort and the money of having to find these places as well. I'll also give you some handy tips to save you from getting sick, and as a bonus I will tell you how to get free access to the gyms in Bali. So make sure you watch till the end to find that out. So I mainly stayed in Canggu and Ubud for my time in Bali, so all my recommendations will be for these areas. And so without further ado, let's get into it. So first off, let's talk about food, because that's like the first thing we need when we're off the plane. Believe it or not, it was surprisingly kind of difficult to find some high protein restaurants to go to, but the first place I found is called Protein Island. This place is literally one of the highest protein places I could find. That's like relatively cheap, tastes good, and is healthy. Protein Island have actually a few stores in Bali. I went to the one in Canggu, and then later I went and tried the one in Ubud as well. In Canggu, I tried the Olympic oatmeal, which only cost me around 89k Indonesian rupiah, which is like $8 Australian, and that was really good. I definitely did not regret that one. That meal had 81 grams of protein, 75 grams of carbs, 26 grams of fat, and 868 calories in total. So the macros were pretty good. Overall, it was a 10 out of 10 for me. Most of the meals on the menu are really high in protein, and one of the things I like about this place is that they have the macros for each item on the menu, which is pretty nice because you don't see much of that in Bali. In Ubud, I tried the chicken broccoli. It was 59 grams of protein, 67 grams of carbs, and 11 grams of fat, 623 calories in total. This one was also pretty nice, except I will say that it's not as filling. However, for the price you pay, it's still pretty good. It was 59k Indonesian rupiah, or like $5.40. I will say one thing though, the Protein Island in Canggu ironically reeks of cigarettes. So we just kind of sat outside in their little outdoor area, which was kind of nice. You could also get a Grab delivery to wherever you're staying if that's also easier. Oh, and a Grab is the Asia equivalent to Uber, by the way. It's a must-have when you're here. One more thing is, if you're lucky, they might ask you to be a model and feature on their Instagram, because they asked me if they could post me on their Instagram page, which was kind of funny. I'll put the photo up here. But yeah, overall, this place gets a 9.5 out of 10. The second place I found, and is also my number one favorite in Bali, is Open House Cafe in Canggu. This place seriously does not disappoint when it comes to like the portion and the taste of food. This place allows you to make your own plate, or you can choose something from the menu. I decided to make my own and got the chicken breast, rice, eggs, and broccoli, and as plain as it may sound, it actually tasted really good. Not many places can make chicken breast taste that good. So in total, that meal came out to be 128,000 Indonesian rupiah, which is like around $11.90 in Australian. It's fair prices, but still a lot cheaper than what you would pay in the Western countries, so it's still a win. It was actually so good that it actually became my go-to place whenever I couldn't decide. And I think that they just end up filling the entire plate regardless of how much you get, because I got less ingredients in some meals and they just fill the plate up, so it's like completely full. It's actually amazing. Also, during the day, it has such a nice vibe here. You can do your work and stay as long as you want, as long as it's not too busy. And it's also not too hot here either, with the fans they have. So overall, this place gets a rating of 11 out of 10. Now, the third place I'd have to recommend is Lush Kitchen. It's a beautiful cafe that has indoor and outdoor seating with plenty of fans and a designated AC room. A lot of people come here to do work as well, and they have a lot of like PowerPoints around, so you can charge all your devices. It also has plenty of high protein options on the menu, and they taste pretty good. However, I will say that the portion sizes aren't that big, so you might have to order a bit more. We got the very lush bowl and the chicken rollatini, and in total it was 355 Indonesian rupiah, or $32 in Australian. It was delicious, but overall I give it an 8 out of 10. Also, a little bonus is that right next to the cafe they have this Bali Direct store, which you can buy protein powder from and protein shakes. I got a really nice peanut butter and banana protein shake for 40k Indonesian rupiah, or $3.70 Australian dollar. Okay, that's enough about food. Let's talk about how you can get free access to gyms. So originally I had planned to just go to a hostel that already has a gym. That's one way you can do it. And I did find a hostel that had some basic pull-up bars and dip bars, which is good enough for me. However, I would never actually be able to use it, or at least be able to get a good session out of it, because it would always be super hot throughout the day. So we had to find an alternative. Like, I am sweating right now and I'm not even doing anything. And so I actually found out that there's this app called Classpass. Now, this is what's going to give you free access to gyms. Basically how it works is you sign up your details and you get free credits. Normally you'll get around 25 credits when you sign up. However, if you use a referral link, then you can get an extra 20 credits, so 45 credits in total. And basically each entry to a gym is around 5 credits on average. So you can actually end up going to the gym for free around 9 times, which is really good because that's going to last you a while, depending on how often you go to the gym and how long you intend to stay for, like, overseas. Now, the only thing with this is that you can only go to that gym once for a free trial. But since there's so many gyms in Canggu anyway, it doesn't really matter. You can just go and visit all of them and explore around, which is probably more fun anyway. Now, the Classpass won't give you access to all the gyms, only most of them. The super bougie gyms require you to pay a casual day pass, which can be really expensive. Like, for example, Obsidian 2, that's a pretty bougie gym. It's like 440k for one day, which is like $40. And Nirvana Life is like another one, but it's 592k, which is 55 Australian dollars. Look, I definitely wanted to try some of these bougie gyms out, but like I just could not justify paying all that, especially because I'm more of a calisthenics guy where I don't really need much equipment. However, there are some still really nice gyms you can go to with the Classpass app. And so to save you the time and effort for looking for the nice gyms on the Classpass app, here are some of the best gyms I went to. So number 1 is BYND Fitness Club Bali. This one was really nice. It's more of a CrossFit gym, so it didn't really have a lot of machinery equipment, but still really nice aesthetics with the bamboo structure. It's got a nice pool and recovery zones like a sauna and cold exposure baths, and great for calisthenics as well. Oh, and if you're lucky, you might meet the one and only William Su. I'm pretty sure he goes to this gym a lot, so go get a pic with him. Now, number 2 is Avenue Fitness in Canggu. This gym is probably the best one I went to in terms of equipment. It literally has every piece of equipment you need. The gym has 3 floors. First is where the classes are held, and it also has this little area down the end which is perfect for stretching and calisthenics. The second floor is where all the cardio and the machines are. You definitely will be able to target every muscle on this floor. And then on the very top you have machines dedicated just for legs. For some reason there was like no one in this gym when I went, so it was like good because I didn't have to wait for anything, but it was like also kind of sad because I was also training by myself for most of it. And then also on the first floor they have a huge sauna, an ice bath, other cold exposure baths, and a big jacuzzi. It was literally amazing. I don't know why no one was there. Anyway, number 3 is Bodycraft Elements in Canggu. It's split into 4 sections. This one was really bougie. First is the designated calisthenics area, which had no AC, only fans, and it is like exposed to the open air. The second is the gym. It has plenty of top tier equipment, some of which I have no idea what the machines are for. Hey yo, real quick, somebody tell me what this machine is. I'm gonna show you guys what it does. Let me know if you know what that is. And it has the black and white aesthetics, which is always cool. The third section is the recovery zone. It has a shower, a mini cafe, a hot bath, a cold bath, and a sauna. Then the last section is actually a pickleball court with another cafe next to it, and also has this like chill spot at the end with a pool area. It's crazy. And from what it looks like, they are still expanding and constructing more amenities. So by the time you guys go, it'll probably be even better. Now, number 4 is Raw Gym. Raw Gym actually have a few branches. There's one in Canggu and Ubud. I tried both of them out. The one in Canggu is pretty good, however, it doesn't have an AC. It relies on natural breezes as it's an open air gym, not closed in. So it is pretty warm whilst training. It has a good calisthenics area outside, good machines indoors, free weights, and cardio equipment. It does have an ice bath as well, but it doesn't look the cleanest, so it's probably not the best for recovery. I would say that this gym is actually not the best, but I will give it credit because there was actually a lot of people training here, and so it's easier to socialize if that's something you like. When I went, I found these other 2 guys doing calisthenics who were more advanced than me, so that was awesome being able to train and learn from them. Yo, this guy. Very good, very good. Then there was also Raw Gym in Ubud. This is probably the only decent gym in Ubud. Ubud isn't really known for gyms. I think it has more like yoga and spiritual stuff. So this Raw Gym will most likely be your best bet if you're just looking for machines and space to train. It has 3 levels. The first floor is mainly for legs. The second is upper body machinery and cardio. And then the third has this like Muay Thai BJJ space. So it's not too bad. But yeah, I'll leave a link of my Classpass referral so y'all can claim your extra free 20 credits when you guys go. And no, I don't really get any benefit if you use my link. All the stuff I'm recommending today is not sponsored by anyone as well. These are just all my personal recommendations and hacks for the things I did while staying in Bali. So apart from the free gyms and food, I think another life-saving tip is to always ensure you have access to safe drinking water, especially in Bali where the weather is always very hot. It's very easy to get dehydrated. I made a few friends who suffered from dehydration and they became very sick and weak. So the best way I stay hydrated was with the Lifestraw water bottle. This bottle actually has a built-in filter inside of it. This is the filter here, and when you suck up the water, it filters 99.999% of bacteria, parasites, and microplastics. So this allows you to get water from the taps of bathrooms and safely drink it with the peace of mind that you won't get sick from it. This definitely saved me a few times, and I use it all the time when I needed to like brush my teeth and stuff. They do cost a bit, but I think it's a good investment if it's going to save you from dehydration and sickness. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to get a bottle. Another way you can stay hydrated is through the coconut water they have in literally all the mini marts and Circle K's. Oh, and by the way, Mini Mart and Circle K's are like the equivalent of a 7-Eleven convenience store. So I literally bought so many of these throughout my trip. They're so nice and refreshing, and they only cost like 13k Indonesian rupiah, which is only like $1. Now, we all know that the sun causes cancer, and we all know sunscreen is super expensive, but luckily for you, you can find the best bang for your buck sunscreen in Circle K. So after sussing out different prices in different stores and pharmacies, the cheapest and best performing sunscreen I found is this Bali Boat brand, which you can get 100 grams for around 160k Indonesian rupiah. I think it was, so it was around 15 Australian dollars. I got sunburnt a few times, so make sure you're wearing sunscreen. The good thing about this sunscreen is that it's also 100 grams, so you can take it in the carry-on luggage if you're traveling again. And it's also 50 SPF, so it provides longer lasting and better protection. Okay guys, that's pretty much how you can stay fit and healthy when you're traveling in Bali. If you haven't solo traveled before and you want to know how to have a good time, then you'll probably like this video here. If you like this type of video, make sure you like and subscribe. And with that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.